Yes lads, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and today I'm going to bring you guys the Brentford versus Leicester match review. So it has just finished at Griffin Park. Brentford 0, Leicester 1, a brilliant performance away from home which sends us into round 5 of the FA Cup. But today I'm going to go for my general thoughts on the game, and at the end of today's video I'll go for my player ratings for the time it started today at Griffin Park. But before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you can enjoy this Brentford versus Leicester match review. Subscribe if you haven't seen my face on your screen before. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys could go down below and hit the subscribe button, it would be massively appreciated. And while you're down there, make sure to turn my channel post notifications so you never miss any future videos on the channel just like this one. Follow my social medias, they'll be down there. Links to one of them will be in the description down below. And let me know your thoughts on today's game in the FA Cup in the comment section down below. But let's get into this Brentford versus Leicester match review. So it has just finished at Griffin Park. Brentford 0, Leicester 1. A brilliant performance away from home against a very good Brentford side, which sends the Foxes into round 5 of the FA Cup. So Leicester are into round 5 of the FA Cup. A very professional performance today at Griffin Park against a very good Brentford side. The home side made it very difficult for Leicester, especially in the second half. But like I said, a very convincing performance today, and we get into round 5 of the FA Cup. So Brendan Rodgers made a number of changes from the side which started last time out in that 4-1 victory at home to West Ham midweek in the Premier League. In fact, 9 changes were made for this FA Cup clash. So it's only KELECHI and Jose Perez who survived from that West Ham team who won last time out 4-1 at home. So Danny Ward started in goal, a back four of James Justin, Wes Morgan, KELECHI and Christian Fuchs at left back, a midfield four of Demarai Gray, Dennis Pratt, Hamza Chowdhury and Mark Albrighton, and up front it was Jose Perez and KELECHI Iheanacho. So on paper, still a very strong side, even though we made 9 changes from that win last time out. So it really shows our squad depth, and this is going to be crucial in the cup games. Obviously CARABAO Cup was doing that, and the FA Cup is also a big priority for Leicester. But getting on to the game itself, Leicester really started the better team. We fired out the box. Brendan Rodgers must have geared his players up for that. We had a chance inside like 40 seconds or something stupid like that, but we were really at Brentford in the early stages, and it was Iheanacho who opened the scoring 4 minutes into the game. A well move out to James Justin, a brilliant ball in from the young right back, and Iheanacho was there to pounce once again in FA Cup to give Leicester the lead. The Foxes really dominated the first half. We also had a lot of big chances here and there. Jose Perez went close as well, so did Mark Albrighton. Overall, the first half performance was very convincing. Brentford barely had any type of chances overall, so overall Leicester were really the better side heading into half time, and we really did deserve that 1-0 lead. But this time Brentford started the second half much better. This really put Leicester on the back foot, especially with the home atmosphere created at Griffin Park. Obviously it's a very tight and closed stadium, and it really made it difficult for Leicester to get some sort of grip on the game. But Brentford had a couple of half chances earlier on, not too much trouble in Danny Ward or the Leicester defence, but the first big chance did come through where the deflected cross came off the post, and luckily enough for Leicester, Christian Fuchs was there to clear it away instead of a Brentford player coming in and tapping it into the empty net. Overall, Brentford kept coming at Leicester. The home atmosphere was very good, to be honest. Fair play to the Brentford fans. But yeah, they had a couple of other half chances here and there. A corner which was saved from Danny Ward for the volley. And overall, Leicester really poor in the second half. They also scored a goal which was offside, but the only positive of the second half was obviously the youngster Kieran Dewsbury-Hall coming off the bench to make his debut in the FA Cup. He did alright in midfield, not the best, but it was a hard game to get into. Obviously Brentford really on the front, and we really struggled to create any type of chances in the second half. But in some of these games, you really got to grind out the win. Obviously, Brentford coming at you, the home atmosphere really behind the players as well. It's very difficult to get a grip on the game, and they really trouble Brentford down the other end. And like I said, some of these games, you just got to grind out the win and try and get the clean sheet. And Leicester did that very well today. Obviously, we found it difficult in the second half to get any type of grip on the game going forward. Of course, Brentford a few problems, but the clean sheet was very good as well to see. Obviously, most recently, we've been conceding quite a few goals, so to get the clean sheet, it's very good by Leicester. And I'm sure that Brendan Rodgers and Leicester, and I'm very pleased with the performance today to get the 1-0 win to get into round 5 of the FA Cup. But it was also good to see how our second team handled the situation. Obviously, some of these players have barely played a minute in the Premier League so far this season, and it really does just show how good our squad depth is. Obviously, 9 changes, and we still have a very good side to go and beat Brentford, who are a decent championship side as well. They were very good today, and I think they'll do very well in the championship this season. But overall, a cracking performance away from home, and it's just what you need sometimes in the FA Cup to get into round 5. So that's it for my thoughts on the game today. So let's get straight into my player ratings. This is where I rate each player's performance out of 10 from the side we started today at Griffin Park. Start off in goal with Danny Ward. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Thought it was a decent performance from Danny Ward today. Obviously had a couple of big saves to make later on in the game. Obviously kept the clean sheet as well. So overall, a good performance from Danny Ward in goal for Leicester. Moving straight into the back four. Start off at right back with James Justin. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a very good performance from the youngster today. Obviously he got the assist for KELECHI Iheanacho's goal. A very good ball ball in the box from him, and overall a very solid performance, a clean sheet as well. Can't really ask too much more from James Justin, so yeah, 8 out of 10 for him. Moving into the first centre back with Wes Morgan. Thought Big Wes, before he had a good game today, looked very calm on the ball as well, so I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Didn't do too much wrong, didn't make any mistakes, and overall a pretty good game for Wes Morgan today coming into the lineup. Alongside him with KELECHI, another 7 out of 10 for him as well. Obviously he kept the clean sheet, played against West Ham as well, and KELECHI just looked like his normal self. Obviously playing Brentford for the Championship side, it's a bit of a different test to him, but I thought he did with it very well. And moving into the left back position with Christian Fuchs, he got the man of the match, he won't get mine, so I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Thought Christian Fuchs had a very solid game today. Obviously Christian Fuchs, we know what we're going to get. Very hard working defender, does well. He's getting forward a little bit as well now, which is good to see. So overall, a very solid and confident performance from Christian Fuchs today against Brentford. So now moving straight into the 4-man midfield. Started off with the 2 centre mids. Started off with Hamza Chowdhury. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought Hamza Chowdhury did a very good game today. Obviously, he did the dirty work in midfield, obviously alongside the more advanced midfielder of Dennis Pratt. So yeah, Hamza Chowdhury, very good performance coming back into the side today. And like I said, the other midfielder of Dennis Pratt, 7 out of 10 for him today. I thought he did very well. A couple of key passes in some attacking moves as well, especially in the first half. So yeah, good performance from Dennis Pratt today. And the 2 wingers starts off with the right one with Mark Albrighton. Also a 7 out of 10 for him, and though there's a lot of 7s, but overall everyone had a decent game today. Obviously got forward, could have done a little bit better with his crosses in my opinion, but yeah, a solid performance from Mark Albrighton. And the other winger of Demarai Gray, I'm going to give Demarai Gray a 6 out of 10. He showed flashes of brilliance in the first half especially, but I thought his final product was a little bit poor today, so it's a bit harsh on Gray, but he had a decent game, but I just thought he could have done just a bit more in the final third. And now finally moving into the front 2, starts off with the left striker of KELECHI, Iheanacho. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Obviously he got his goal, which is the most important thing for a striker. He's on fire at the moment, is KELECHI Iheanacho. I think he's scored in almost every game he's played this season under Brendan Rodgers. That's very good to see. Hopefully he can continue his good record in the Cups, heading into the Carabao Cup semi-final against Villa. But overall, he went missing a bit in the game, but overall he had a couple of other chances as well. So he scored his goal, so 8 out of 10 for KELECHI Iheanacho. And the other striker of Jose Perez, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Thought it was very unlucky to score, had a couple of chances in the first half. Went missing in the second half, to be perfectly honest. Didn't really give anything to the team going forward, but it was very difficult, obviously, with Brentford coming forward. But yeah, a solid performance from Perez, a 7 out of 10. But that's it for the Brentford versus Leicester match review. So if you did enjoy today's video, subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said earlier, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so go down below, hit that subscribe, guys, because it is appreciated. But yeah, a brilliant performance today away from home at Griffin Park against Brentford. Leicester progress into round 5 of the FA Cup. You never know, we could be headed into Wembley in the FA Cup. Hopefully we can, but yeah, it's a good performance away from home. Next up it is obviously the big game, the semi-final of the Carabao Cup away from home against Villa at Villa Park. So that's going to be a difficult one, but I'm confident that we can get to Wembley in that one as well, guys. Bye, SPORTSA, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.